Hello guys, welcome to this video tutorial. Basically, in this tutorial we're going to learn how to create an e-commerce website, like what you see on your screen. Okay, but basically we're going to be dealing about concepts such that when you go through this tutorial, you will not only be able to create what you see, or you'll not only be able to replicate what you see, but you'll be able to create any kind of e-commerce website. Okay, so we'll be dealing with concepts. Okay, concepts like adding products, adding payment gateways, and other concepts that you require to create an e-commerce website, working with images and all of that. So basically you'll be able to create something like this, a functional website, actually a functional website where people can select the product. People can visit your website, select the product, and add the products to the cart. Okay, and they can actually check out and make payments for that product, and you get your money in your account. So if I've actually ordered this product, I've added the product to the cart, I'm going to proceed to checkout. Okay, and in this checkout page, I'm actually required to enter my details. Okay, and then if I enter my details, I can choose to different payment methods. So there's either the cash on delivery. I can choose to pay with PayPal or to pay with debit card or credit card, depending on where you are. So I'm just going to go ahead and complete this payment. So I'll just add some details here. Just add a phone number, add an email. Okay, add an email, and I would agree and place order. But this time I'm just going to select PayPal as my payment method. So I'll select PayPal and I'll proceed to PayPal. So you see, it redirects me to PayPal, and I can actually log in to PayPal and make the payments. Okay, but I'm not going to make the payment now because I want to show you the other payment gateway. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to select the pay with debit or credit card. Okay, and I'm going to select place order just to show you how it displays. So it brings me to this page where I can then click on pay now. So if I click on pay now, this is a pay stack processor that comes up. This is actually a test processor. So but in the tutorial you're going to learn how to work with a live processor with your debit or credit card using the pay stack, but then the process is still the same for any other payment gateway. So I'm going to click on success and click pay 50 USD, and as you can see, the payment was successful. Okay, as you can see, the payment was successful. I also just got a message on my phone saying that I made an order with this website. So you're going to learn how to do all of that in this tutorial. Also, there is the shop page. So let me just show you the shop page. So this is a list of all the products we have on the page, and you're going to learn how to implement all of these. So we can filter by price. So let's just say this product is $212, but we want to show only products between $10 and $100. Okay, so $100. So if we click on filter, it's going to filter the product and show only products between $10 and $100. Okay, so that's how that filter works. And then on the sidebar also, there are all the categories of products we have. So they are the accessories, the female dresses, the gadgets, and the male dresses. Okay, so we have all of that on the website. And then there is also a small page we built with Elementor about. Also, you're going to learn how to create pages and build pages with Elementor Page Builder. And then there's also a contact us page where we created a contact form and So basically, those are the things you're going to learn. But the meat of what you learn in this tutorial is you're going to learn how to create an e-commerce website. And people are going to be able to make orders and make purchases on the e-commerce website. And you can do that for your business. So that's what you're going to learn in this tutorial. So I want to encourage you to subscribe before you even start watching the tutorial. Just subscribe to my channel, because very soon I'm going to be posting so many great content on the channel. So I look forward to seeing you in the tutorial, and thank you for subscribing. Good day, guys, and welcome to this tutorial series. Basically, we're going to learn how to build an e-commerce website in this tutorial series, and it's going to be a step-by-step manner of learning. So basically, I'm going to start from the items we need to create an e-commerce website, to create the e-commerce website that you've seen. Okay, so basically, first we need a domain name. A domain name is basically the name of your website. For example, google.com is a domain name. So whatever name you decide to use for your website, that is the domain name. The next thing we need to create this e-commerce website is what is known as web hosting. Okay, and web hosting is basically like a server where the files for your website are stored. Basically, you have to pay for web hosting. And in this tutorial series, because I really want you guys to follow along, there are different kinds of hosting you can use, but I'm going to recommend a hosting for you in this tutorial as we begin to set up. And basically, I'm going to recommend a budget hosting. In other words, a hosting that you don't have to cut your throat, to pay for. The next thing we are going to require for this tutorial is WordPress content management system. Okay. And basically, we can install that from our web hosting. And then the last thing will be the website files, like the write-ups, the images, and whatever files we will need to create our website. So let's get started. Okay, like I said, it's going to be a step-by-step tutorial. Okay, so first off, so let's get started. The first thing we need to do is we need to buy a domain name. And I just want to encourage you to actually follow through with this tutorial. I've made it such that you only get to spend $7 if you actually want to follow me on this tutorial to create an e-commerce website. You're actually gonna have to spend just $7. And with that $7, you get to keep your website online for a year. Okay, and then also with that setup, you can follow my other tutorials and actually create whatever it is that we learn. So I just want to encourage you, if you're interested in web design, basically this is purely web design. Okay, there's a difference between web design and web development, but we'll come to that in some other video. Okay, so this is basically web design. So so if you have $7, you can actually participate and follow through, of course, on internet access. Okay, so basically the first step is to actually buy a domain name. So let's get right to it. I'm going to leave a link in the description for every website I visit. Okay, and some of them may actually be affiliate links. So thank you for actually using the links I leave in the description. They help me continue to make tutorials and videos like these. So let's get to it. So the first step is to buy a domain name. So I'm just going to go to a website, Mailchimp.com. There are several places you can buy a domain name online. but this is the people I recommend. Now, when you open, when you click on the link, you're going to see a page like this open. What you need to do is you need to search for, in the search bar just in front of you, you need to search for the domain name. So I'm just going to say Villa Web Store, okay, Villa Online Store. Okay, and I'm going to click enter. Now what happens is Namecheap is going to search the net to see if this name is available. And okay, great, so the name is available, but it's actually available for $8.88, okay, $8.08. But that's not what I said in my outline here. I said you're gonna get a domain name for $1, okay. So basically, let's go down. What we basically need to do is to look for another extension, specifically this extension, Villa Online Store.xyz. Okay. So, and as you can see, the price is $1. So basically, if you want to follow me on this tutorial and you don't want to spend so much, you can simply just select the $1. Okay, so add to cart. Yeah, so let's just view item. So this is it. So basically you can just check out, just check out and pay for the domain. So if I just click on check out, okay, so they are going to offer you web hosting and all of that. You just ignore. I'm going to show you where to get a reliable and affordable web hosting. So basically you know how to I'm sure you know how to purchase things online for you to be taking this tutorial. So just click on confirm order, and you're going to need to either create an account, okay, or if for example you have an account with Namecheap, you're going to need to sign in. So just go ahead, create an account, add a username, add your password, add your name and an email address, and you'll be able to continue and make your purchase. So that's about getting the domain name. So that's sorted out. So I have already purchased a domain name which I'm going to use in this tutorial. So I encourage you to purchase yours and see you in the tutorial. So let me go to the next step in the tutorial. So basically the next step in this tutorial is, let's see, step 2 is to buy web hosting. Okay, so now let's go. I'll leave a link in the description to an affordable web hosting that actually costs $1 per month. Okay, but I wrote $6 here because there is a discount. All right, so I'll leave a link in the description that will bring you to this page. So basically, when you get to this page, what we're interested in is purchasing web hosting, okay, particularly our $1 web hosting. So you can easily just hover your mouse on the hosting and click on unlimited SSD hosting, or if you may, you can scroll down and look for the unlimited SSD hosting, which goes for $1. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this. I'll click on learn more for the $1 hosting, and next I would click on order now. Okay, so I'll click on order now. Okay, so basically you need to get to this page where you will be asked to choose a domain name. So I'm just going to put in the domain I'll be using for the purpose of this tutorial. Okay, so this is basically the domain I'll be using, but it's a domain we already purchased. I already purchased on namecheap.com, so I don't want to put it in register a new domain because the domain has already been registered. So I'm going to remove it and say transfer domain from another registrar and control and paste it there. Okay, so basically let me just get this out. Okay, no, I'll say I will use my existing domain and update my name server. This is actually the right option I should go for. So I'll just do the rest here. Okay, so I have a domain. I've typed in the domain here, and then I'll click use. Okay, so now I expected this warning. It says that the domain you entered is already registered with us. Okay, so that's because I already linked this domain to this server, this hosting basically. So let me try and use something that is not already linked. Okay, so I'll say okay. Okay, so I try to use a domain that is not already linked to a hosting, and as you can see, it brought me to this page, and it shows me here that I need to pay $12 for 1 year period of hosting. So I'll click on continue. All right, so at this point, this is where we need to put in our coupon. Okay, so I'm just going to put in Trust. Okay, so Trust. Okay, and if I click on validate, you see that the amount I need to pay becomes $6. Okay, now if you put in Trust and for any reason you don't get $6, the coupon code will be on the screen, Trust. If you put in Trust and you don't get a discount of $6, then try okay, then try 50% off unlimited, which is what I stated first. I'll just say 50% all in capital letter, 50% off unlimited. All right, so I'll click on validate and I still get a 50% discount. So either you use Trust or 50% off unlimited, you're going to get a discount of $6. Okay, so next I'll click on checkout, and over here I just need to enter in you just need to enter in your details and make payments. Okay, I already purchased the hosting, so I'm not going to be repurchasing a hosting, but I encourage you to purchase a hosting with this company. They are reliable so far in my experience. Okay, but if you want to get a more robust hosting, then I recommend these guys. I would also leave a link in the description for these guys. I have a virtual private server with Scala hosting, okay, but they also have very good hosting plans, web hosting plans from $3.95, WordPress hosting from $3.95, and they even have a reseller hosting from $10.95. Okay, so basically I'll leave a link in the description for these guys also, Scala hosting. I've used them for more than 3 years now, and so far the experience has been good. But for the purpose of the tutorial, $1 web hosting, you can go with Speedy Connect. I'll leave links in the description for both of these hostings. So assuming we've purchased our hosting, let's go to the next stage, which is connecting our hosting to our domain name, okay, via the domain name server. Okay, so that's what we'll do next. Okay, so I'm logged in into my Namecheap account, and this is the domain. So when you log in, you're going to see a dashboard that contains the list of domain you have. If you don't see that on the right, just click on domain list. There's a menu. Just click on domain list and you will see the domain. So basically, this is the test domain I'm going to use for this tutorial, mysidehustle.xyz. Okay, so to the right of the domain, click on manage. So I'm going to click on manage. Okay, so when you click on manage, you're going to see options. under the domain name. So my side hustle.xyz, and then there are several options under. Now, what you are interested in is this area, this name server area. Okay. Normally, it will be set to Namecheap basic DNS. Okay. What you want to do is you want to click on this option and change it to custom DNS. Now, this will enable you to add the name server from your hosting company. So I'm going to switch over to hosting, and you see there is this name server ns5.speedyconnect.net. So copy the first one. I'm just going to right click and copy, and come here, paste it, and then do the same for ns6.speedyconnect.net, and also come here and paste it. Then click on save, which is this sign here. Okay, so click on save. Now when you click on save, it will take some time for this name server to be registered. This process is called DNS propagation. Okay, it may take some time, so you may need to regularly check, open your domain name you bought from Namecheap on a browser to see if it opens anything. Okay, so when it opens, know that the DNS has fully propagated, and you can go ahead with the remaining aspects of the tutorial. Okay, hopefully it shouldn't take more than an hour, but usually what they tell you is it takes up to 48 hours. So if I click on save, let's see what they would say. Okay, yeah, so they say DNS server update takes up to 48 hours to take effect, but usually in my experience, in about 1 hour to 6 hours, the propagation takes place. So I'm going to go ahead with the tutorial, so you can keep watching and check when your domain name opens properly in a browser. When it opens in a browser, you can go ahead with the tutorial. So yeah, so I'm just going to close my Namecheap account because I wouldn't be needing it from here. All right, so let's continue. So this is an email from speedyconnect.net, our new hosting company. Basically, the email contains information to your control panel. Your control panel is like the back end where you can manage your web hosting. Okay, so I'm not going to scroll down because their username, my username and password will be visible. So I'm just going to copy my control panel link, and I'm going to go to my control panel link. Okay, so basically this is what the login station looks like. I'm going to log in, and by the way, I'm also going to have my username covered because I wouldn't want anybody guessing my password. So I'm going to click on sign into the account. Okay, okay, so this is what the control panel for speedyconnect.net looks like. It's not like the typical control panel because they use the direct admin software. Anyway, there's no need to go into all of those. But this is what their control panel looks like. Now, what we are interested in is we want to install WordPress. So that's where we are on our steps. So we've bought our domain name. We've purchased a hosting for $6, and what we want to do right now is we want to install WordPress. Okay, so now let's get to it. Okay, so you're gonna have to scroll down. Let's see. Okay, so there is this option at the bottom of your page that says, let me just increase the font. Okay, Soft Aculos app installer, and the first app on the list is WordPress. Okay, so WordPress and other softwares are actually here that you can install on your server. So, but before we install WordPress, let me just go to my domain to see what it looks like. So this is what my domain looks like. So when your domain is fully propagated on the new hosting you purchase, if you purchase the hosting, this is what it should look like. It's just a blank, template. Okay, so basically, I'm going to come back here and under Softaculous app install, I'm going to click on WordPress. I want to install WordPress on that domain. I'll click on WordPress. And what you see is this fine looking dashboard. If you've installed WordPress before, then this should be familiar to you. Now, what you want to click on next is this install now button. So I'm going to click on install now. Okay. And I'll install the latest version. The next instruction says choose installation URL. So ideally it's set to HTTP colon and 2// you want to make it HTTPS, okay, because we're going to have an SSL certificate installed on this domain. Okay, so set it to HTTPS and then leave the directory blank. If there is anything in the directory, just delete it and make it blank. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. Next, you can just scroll down. Let's see. Okay, so your username, you notice I ignored the site name and the site description. That's because we're still going to get an opportunity to set that later. So your username can be whatever you want, but just make sure it's not admin. Okay, I recommend you use combine letters and numbers. Okay, so I'm just going to select a username. Let's see. And my password, let's see. I'm going to generate a random password. Okay, so whenever you generate a password, make sure you copy it. So I'm just going to copy this password and save it somewhere. So let's just save it here. Okay, so I'll be able to log in with that password later. So that's a strong password. Okay, admin email. Let's see. I'm going to change this admin email to an email I currently have control over. Okay, so and I may have some of this information covered when you're watching this tutorial, but basically I'm using a Gmail in my admin email. Okay, then the next is site language. Let's leave it as English. Limit login attempt, no, just leave this out. Next, just scroll down and click on install. So if you give it a few seconds, it's going to install on your server. WordPress installation doesn't take much time. Good. So I didn't even have to pause the video. The installation is complete. Okay. Now remember, let's go back to our domain. This is what our domain looked like. Okay, before we installed WordPress. I'm going to refresh this domain to see the difference. Okay. Bam. So WordPress has been installed on our domain, and it has installed the default WordPress template on that installation process. Okay. So basically, I think we are done with for now, we are done with this, our control panel. So we can basically log out. So I'm just going to log out. I don't want to leave it open. I will log out, close this up, and everything I'm not using at the moment, I'm going to close up. So basically it's just my the new domain I'm working on for the tutorial that's open. Now that you have your domain open, how can we start making changes? Where are we in our steps? So we've installed WordPress. Okay, so the fourth step is we need to install a theme. Okay, but to install a theme, we need to have access to the back end of this WordPress installation. Okay, so to have access to the back end of your WordPress installation, basically what you do is you add /WP and then -admin to your domain name. So if your domain name, for example, is google.com, right? You add /WP-admin to google.com. So I'm just going to copy this. No need to copy it. I'll just type it in. Okay. So /WP. Okay, which is like an abbreviation for WordPress -admin, and I'll click on enter. Okay, so it reloads the page and I'm required to log in, okay, to the back end of WordPress. So I'm going to take the username and the password I created in my WordPress installation, and I'm going to log in. Okay, so yeah, basically this is what the back end of WordPress looks like. Okay, so on this left menu here, there are things we can do. There are options we have here, and basically this right aspect of the page, or will I say right column of the page, it is like the dashboard where you get to see what you're editing and all of that. So but I like working with a clean dashboard. Let's increase the font a bit. Okay, yeah, I like working with a clean dashboard. So I'm just going to click on this screen options. Okay, and I would remove some of these whatever, some of these options here. I'll just, so WordPress events, I'm going to remove it. Activity, I'll remove it. Quick draft, I'm going to remove it. Welcome, which is this, I'll remove. Site health, I'll remove. So I'll just leave at a glance, okay, which shows us the number of pages we have, the number of posts, the number of comments. Okay, so I'll just leave that. So our dashboard is cleaner. Okay, so basically let's go to the fourth step, which is to install the theme. So the theme we're going to use for this tutorial is called Shopper, and to install that theme, on the menu on the left hand left column of your WordPress backend, come to appearance, hover your mouse on appearance and click on themes. Okay, next click on add new. Okay, so we get to see different themes that we can add to our website. There is a search bar at the right end of the bar. Come to that search bar and search for Shopper, SHOPPER. Okay, so you should get the first result as this Shopper theme. So we're going to install the Shopper theme by clicking on the install button. Okay, and next we're going to activate. Okay, so let's visit our website to see what it looks like at this point. So as you can see, this is definitely not nice, and this is not what we want to achieve. But so far, we've been able to achieve But so far, we've been able to achieve the fourth step, which is to install the theme we want to use for our website. So I'm just going to minimize this and okay, so basically there are these other themes that we're not using. As a matter of security, whatever theme you're not using on your website, you need to delete. Okay, so to delete a theme, you need to click on theme details. On a theme you're not using, let me just come here. So this theme is not being used, so I'll click on theme details, and at the lower right corner there is a delete option, so I'll click on delete and I'll confirm. So that theme is deleted. I'll do that for the other themes that are not being used. Okay, delete. Okay, so as you can see, there's just one theme, which is the shopper theme we have installed. All right, now let's go to the next step in our tutorial. So the next step is to install the plugins we need, okay, particularly WooCommerce. All right. At some other point in the tutorial, we're still going to install other plugins, but for now, we're just going to install WooCommerce. So to install a plugin on WordPress, come to the left menu bar and look for plugins. Hover your mouse on the plugins option and click on add new. Okay, so similarly, there is a search bar where you can search for the theme you want to install. Okay, so I'm just going to search for WooCommerce, W-O-O and commerce. Yeah, so it's usually the first result, and it's a plugin that was made by Automatic, which is the parent company for WordPress. So I'm going to click on install. Okay, one more thing I'm going to install, one more plugin I'm going to install is Paystack. Paystack. Okay, so Paystack WooCommerce payment gateway. Okay, so if this applies to you, if you are in Nigeria, Ghana, or which other country does Paystack run? But basically, I'm going to install this plugin. All right. So I think for now we are done with our plugin installation. So now let's go to the next step in our tutorial. All right. So we've installed the plugin. Now we need to add pages. Okay. Oh, sorry. Before we get to adding pages, we've installed WooCommerce. Let's see what the WooCommerce is about. So I'm going to click on plugins, okay, to see the plugins that have been installed. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. There's this Hello Dolly plugin. We don't need it, so I'm just going to delete it. Okay, now let's activate these 3 plugins. Okay, I'm going to activate WooCommerce first, actually. So I'll just click on activate right under the WooCommerce plugin. Okay, so on trying to activate WooCommerce, it brings me to this setup page. So WooCommerce basically is a plugin that handles your e-commerce system on WordPress. In other words, it helps you organize your product, organize your shop, and all of that. So it says I should set up WooCommerce right here. So I'm just going to say yes. There's a lot of write up here, but essentially what you just need to do is to scroll down and click on proceed without Jetpack and WooCommerce services. So just click on this, okay, and click on continue. Right. So now we are going to set up our shop or our WooCommerce plugin. So type in your address. I'm just going to type in the address here. So country and region. Yeah. So I'll click on continue, and then it's going to go further and ask me the industry I am in. Let's see, electronic. Okay, let's go with electronics and computer. You can actually select more than one and click on continue. Okay, so it asks me what type of product will be listed. Okay, so I'm just going to say physical product, and let's just go with physical product. But if you have downloadable products, you can also select these downloads, okay, which are considered as virtual products. Okay, for these other products you need to pay. So I'm just going to click on continue, and I need to add a bit more about my business. So how many products do I plan to sell? I'm just going to say 11 to 100, or okay, 11 to 100. And then am I currently selling anywhere? Let's just say no. Okay. So, well, it gives me other options. All right, let me just say yes, I'm on another platform. Still gives me other options. So let's see others. So it says, am I selling anywhere? I'm just going to say no. Right? Currently selling elsewhere. I'll say no. Okay, so it talks about this Facebook marketing, Mailchimp, which is a service that helps you send newsletter to your customers, and some other services. Okay, so I'm just going to click on, I don't want this for now. I don't want this for now. And I also would not be setting up Mailchimp for now. I would do some other tutorial to show you how to set up Mailchimp and send newsletter to your customers. So let's just click on continue. Anyway, let me just leave it selected for now. So let's click on continue. Okay, so right here, the plugin is asking me to choose a theme. So I'll just say continue with my active theme, right? Good. So, well, there's just a few things I need to do. Okay, so let me just see what they're writing here. Once complete your story, ready to launch. So I'll click on continue. All right. So we're here, right? Everything is all set. So there's one thing I want to check, and that's the pages. I'll just go to pages, and as you can see, some pages have already been installed for us by the WooCommerce plugin. This is a cart page, a checkout page, an account page, and a shop page that was already installed for us by the WooCommerce plugin, because the plugin requires those pages. For example, if a person comes to your site, they're going to need to sign in, or they're going to need to register or create an account. That will be done on the accounts page. They're going to need to view all your products. That will be seen on the shop page and all of that. So basically, that's what WooCommerce did for us. So it created all of these pages automatically for us. Okay. Now I'm going to delete this sample page. Okay, so I'm just going to select the sample page and I'll click on trash, because I wouldn't be needing it for this tutorial. Okay, so now let's go to the next step on our tutorial. So the next step is we're going to add the following pages: homepage, about us, blog, and contact us. Okay. Okay, so to add the pages, come to pages and click on add new. Okay, so I'm just gonna close this. This is what is described as the Gutenberg editor for WordPress. Personally, I do not like this editor. It's just a personal preference. Some people like it. So I'm going to come over to plugins. Where is my plugins? Okay, plugins, and I'll click on add new, right? And then just right here, there's this classic editor, which was the editor in place before the new Gutenberg editor. So I'll click on install now, and I'm going to activate it. All right. Now, if I refresh this page, you see it changes. All right. So I prefer this editor. So I'm just going to click on home. Okay. And then I'll publish it. Publish it using the publish button on the right, and then I'll click on add new page, and I'll make this about us, and I'll publish. Okay, and then I'll add another page, and I'm going to make this one blog. Okay, just for the purpose of, you know, so blog, and then I'll add one more and call it contact us. All right, and I'll publish. All right, so let's see. So we've successfully done step number 1 to 6. Okay, we've added the pages, the home page, the about us page, the blog page, and the contact us page. So step number 7, we're almost done with the project. We need to create a menu, okay, and add the relevant pages to that menu. Okay, so first off, let's see what our site looks like. So basically our site still looks like this. So but just irrespective of that, just follow on the tutorial. Okay, so we're going to add a menu. Now to add a menu to your site, come over to appearance and hover your mouse on the appearance and click on menu. All right, so the first thing you need to do is you need to actually create a menu under which you now place the pages you created. So I'm going to call this menu 1. Okay, and I'll click on create menu. Well, this menu is going to be the primary menu, which means that it will be located somewhere on the header of the page. So that's what the primary menu means in this case. Now what you want to do is you want to select the relevant pages on this left pages tab. So I'll click on contact us, blog, about us, home. I'll click on my accounts and shop. So those are the pages I would like to add to this menu. So I'll just click on add to menu. As you can see, all the pages have been added, but well, not in the order I would like. So I'm going to just drag, I'll select the home and drag it upwards. I want it to be the first, and I'll select shop and make it second. Then I'll make contact us last. Let's see, I'll make about us third, blog. Okay, maybe I should make my account third. Then about us, blog, and contact. So I think it's okay like this. So I'll just click on save. So basically it can be anyhow you want it. Okay, so I'll click on save. Let's see if it even reflects on this page. Good. So we have our menu here: home, shop, my account, about us, blog, and contact us. Good. So as you can see, our page is taking shape. So let's see where we are on the tutorial. So we've successfully done number 7 and we've created the menu. So basically what we want to do on number 8 is we actually want to set up the home page. Okay, and for that we're going to create a banner. Okay, that's what this means. So we're going to set up the home page. So let me just take a quick break. I'll be back shortly. All right, so we are going to set up our home page right now. So this is what our home page looks like. It looks nothing like the e-commerce website we actually want. Okay, so where do we start? Okay, so let's start from the top, right? This bar here is called the admin bar. Okay, it only shows up when an administrator signs an administrator or any other higher level user signs into WordPress. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to disable this admin bar. Okay, I want a clean website on the front. Okay, I can simply do that by pasting a snippet of code into my functions file, but I want this tutorial to be absolutely code free. Okay, for beginners that are taking this WordPress tutorial for the first time. So I'm just going to go to my plugins and do this with a plugin. Okay, just in case you see this notification about the fact that Shopper theme contains outdated copy of WooCommerce template files, just ignore it. It doesn't affect the functionality of your website. Okay, so I'm just going to click on dismiss and I'm going to click on add plugin. So I want to use a plugin to hide this admin bar, this black admin bar here. So I'm going to go to plugins and click on add new. And in this search bar here, I'm just going to say hide admin bar. So basically this very first one, just install it and activate it. Okay, so I'll go back to my home page and I'm going to refresh the page. And as you can see, the admin bar is out of the way. Okay, so we're setting up the home page. Remember, we want to start from the top of the page down. Okay, so so the next thing we want to address is this title section over here on the top right of the page that says my blog and my WordPress blog just beneath it. Okay, so ideally we would want a logo for our business to be here. So the way we can do that is to go to this website called, I'll leave a link in the description for this website, logo maker. Okay, so let me just search for logo maker, and yeah, so logomaker.com. I'll leave a link in the description for this particular website. Okay, so basically this is a website that with which you can make a simple logo for your business. So I'm just going to search for cart here. Okay, they have a search bar here that contains numerous shapes. So I'm going to search for cart, and there are various cards I can add to my project. So I'm just going to add, let's see which one do we add. I'll just pick anyone. I'll just pick this, okay. Then what else am I going to do? Which color? Okay, so I'm going to make this particular card let's see, yeah, something like this. I just like the orange color. I hope this is orange. Okay, so next I'm going to add a text, and in the text I'll just say Villa shop. Okay, let's make the text bold. Okay, so the way I did that is, let me just undo what I did. Apparently, okay, so I'll just click on bold. So what I did, I just highlighted the text. I'll click outside. So I highlighted the text and I clicked on I clicked Control B, but you can as well just click on bold. So I want the text to be bold and I want it to be, what color do I use? Let's see. I just want it to have a contrasting color. Let's see something blue, and let's make this a bit smaller. Okay, we don't want it to be too big. So Villa shop. Actually, we can just make. So let me just drag this here. The Villa shop, something like this. Okay. It's not a perfect logo, but just for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm sure if you spend more time on this, you can probably achieve something better. I've actually done something good with this website before. So basically, this is what we have, and let's see. Okay, so Villa shop. One thing I would like us to do here is to set the dimension for this logo, because we don't want too big a logo. So I'm just going to click on this and set the dimension to be the width of 300 by, let's make that 70. Okay, so it's going to be very small. So 300 by 70 and transparent. Okay, so I'll just, as you can see, the logo is now very small. So I'm just going to highlight all of the logo and reduce the size to fit in, here. Okay, so it might not be very clear, okay, because this is not particularly photoshopped, but still something. Okay. I want to make this a bit bigger. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like this for now, and this is our logo. So next, I'm going to download this logo to my computer. So come over to the top right. There is this icon here. If you hover your mouse on it, I hope you can see my mouse. Hover your mouse on it and it says save logo. So I'm going to click on save logo, and this is the point where they want you to subscribe so you can download high resolution file, but I'm just going to go with the low resolution file for the purpose of this tutorial. Okay, so but then if you know how to use Photoshop, you can always use Photoshop too. So this is what the logo looks like, Villa shop. So I'm just going to escape, and then what we're going to do next is we're going to import that logo to this area. So to achieve that, come to the back end of the website, go to appearance and go to customize. Okay, click on customize. So either let me close this up. So if you hover on appearance, you can also see customize. So if I click on customize, let's see where the page takes me. Okay, so essentially it takes you to a page that looks like this, where you can customize your website. So let's start from the top down. So the first is site identity. Click on site identity, and here it says my blog. So you want to delete this and put the title of your website. And the title of your website is important for search engine optimization and other things like that. So I'm just going to say Villa shop, Villa, let's just say online store, online shop, because there's shop in my logo. So Villa online shop. So and the tagline, I'll just say something like reliable online store. Let's just say something, reliable online shop. But basically what we want is to upload a logo. So this is the logo option just above the site title. So I'm going to click on select logo and I'm going to click on upload. Okay, perfectly now. It fit in. So okay, so I've selected the logo and as you can see, this one fits in. Okay, so I'm going to crop logo. So I gotta crop the logo right now. So crop image, and we have our logo. Well, the shopping cart is not that very clear, but still it will do for this tutorial. So we have our logo. Let's click on publish to save our changes, and then let's go to our front end of the website and refresh the page. Okay, so as you can see, the logo shows up here. Yes, the logo is not that fantastic, but it's just for tutorial purposes. Okay, so the next thing we want to work on is the body of the home page. Okay, remember we are in step 8, which is setting up our home page. So the body of this home page, we want to be able to display our products here. Okay, not this thing we see here. So I'll go to menu. I'll go back to my customize option, and I'll go back. Okay, there's one more thing on the site identity, which is the site icon. The site icon, if you can see my mouse, is the icon that shows on the browser tab next to the title of the site. So if you look at this browser tab here, the title of the site shows, the description, the tag of the site shows, but there is no site icon. Now to set up a site icon, you need an image that whose dimension is 512 by 512 pixels. Okay, so to create a site icon, there's a tool I use. I actually use canva.com. I'll leave a link in the description also. Okay, so basically it's a simple image editing website. Very simple. You will need to create an account and log in. Okay, so when you create an account and log in, you should see a page like this. Next, just below this header image, click on custom dimension and then click on 512 by 512, which is the recommendation for here for the site icon. Okay, so and then click on create design. Okay, so it creates a blank image. Okay, so what I want to do right now is I just want to look for a shopping cart and use as my site icon. So what I'll do is I'll come to photos and I'll just search for cart. Hopefully I should see a good shopping cart. So let's try you. Oh no, these are not free images. Okay, so these images, many of them are not free, but what I want is a free image. So any image that you see this crown sign and pro on it, just know that it's not a free image. So basically there are only 3 free images here. Okay, 4 free images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to more. I hope you can see what I'm clicking here. I'll click on more and I'll click on Pixabay. Pixabay is an image free image repository website. You can download images and use for free. So I'll just say cart. Oh, okay. They also do not have so many images of a shopping cart. I guess I have to just go with this one of these. I'll just go with this example and see how it looks. So this is just a simple shopping cart. Well, for your site, I think you should actually um, get better images for your sites. Probably work with a graphics designer or something like that. But I'm just going to use this simple cart for what's it called, for this particular website. Ideally, you should use your logo, but if I import my logo here, it's going to be extremely blurred by the time I use it on this image, because this image is wide. So I'm just going to use this just to show you what the site icon looks like. I'm sure many of you already know. So I'll to download this image to my what's it called, to download this image to my computer. Basically, I will click on this download sign here, and it will ask me if I want a PNG format. So I'll just go with a PNG format, okay? And I'll click on download. Bam, so it downloads with this title here. So next I'll go back to customize, and I'll click on select site icon, and I'll upload the image I just downloaded, so which is Untitled design here. So it's exactly 512 by 512. I'll just call it site icon, okay? And just put site icon there, and then I'll click on select. Okay, so if you look very closely here, you see that the image of the cart is already displaying here. So next I'll click on publish. Essentially, when you make a change on this your customizer, click on publish to save that change. If we go back to the website now, look at the site icon currently here. If we refresh this page, you see that it will change to the image we just downloaded. So we're making progress, right? So next, we want to work on the home page itself, the body of the page. So this is the header section, this is the body of the page. So come back to your customizer. Now we are in site identity. What you want to do is you want to go back. Okay, I hope I'm not too fast. You want to go back, and you want to come down to home page settings. Okay, so home page settings is just here. So click on home page settings, and your home page displays, you see, set to your latest post. What you want to do at this point is you want to set it to a static page. So I'm going to click on a static page, and it's going to ask me which page in particular I want my home page to be. So I'll say I want it to be home, right? And it's also going to ask me which page I want my post, my blog post, to be displayed. Remember, we created a page named blog. So I'm going to click on this and select blog. Yeah. So now let's click on select and publish rather. Okay. So let's go to so I'm just going to close these tabs we're not using right now. Okay. So let's go to our front end of the website and refresh the website. And as you can see, the home page displays here, and you can see the home page is blank because we've not added anything to the home page. Okay. Now, another thing we want to achieve is we don't want this side bar displaying here, okay, with all of these widgets. We don't want it on the home page. So how do we achieve that? Come to your customizer option, okay, and okay, so come to your customizer options and scroll up to layouts. So this general layout, we want it to be basically this general layout is set to display a sidebar, okay, right here. But what we want is we want it to display a blank layout on the home page. Okay. But I think there's a way we can do that, because we would still want our sidebar to appear on other pages since this is an e-commerce website. So the way we can do that it would not have to affect every of our pages is to actually come to pages. So I'll go back to another tab and click on pages. Okay, and then I'll locate home. So where is home? So this is home right here, and I'll click on edit. I'll just open it in a new tab. Okay, right. So what you want to do here, as you can see, it's this page attribute on the right, just below the published tab here. There's a page attribute on the right here where my mouse, if you can see my mouse, this template, click on it and select full width, or no, select home page. So select home page and click on update. Okay, now go to your front end and refresh the page, and as you can see, there are some customizations that are already present on the home page. Okay, but this is far from what we want, okay. Now let's get on with editing our home page. Okay, come to your home page, the back end of your home page, and scroll down. What we want to do now is we want to set a featured image. Okay, so just at the bottom of the right sidebar, click on set featured image, and basically the dimension we need for this particular image, let me just close this. Before we set featured image, we need to make that image. In other words, we need to like have the image already prepared to be uploaded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Canva, and I'm going to choose a dimension, a very wide dimension. I want the image to cover this section just below the menu. Okay, so it's going to be a very wide image, and the dimension we're going to use would be, okay, so and the dimension we are going to use will be 1950 by 500. So come over to Canva, okay, and now we're going to use a new dimension. So 1950 by 500. Okay, and I'll click on create new design. Okay, so as you can see, it's a very wide image. Now Canva already has some suggestions for me to, just select and put on my image. So if I just click on this, it fits into my image, okay, into my blank image, but that's not what I want. So I'm going to press Ctrl Z. Oh, I'm going to press delete. Okay, that's not what I want. So basically I want this banner to reflect my business, like my products and the things I sell and all of that. So let me see if there is a good let's see, is there something I can use? So I can't, let me just do what I have in mind. I can't really figure out something here to use. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to uploads, and I have already uploaded some images to my Canva dashboard. So I'm just going to select some of those images onto this blank image here. So I'm just going to select one, okay, and then I'll make it fit. Assuming this is what one of the products I sell, okay, right? And I'm going to select another one, so something like this right here. Okay, and then I'm going to select, let's see, I'm going to select this. Okay, maybe this one. I want something too bright. I'm going to select this one and stretch it out. And last but not least, I will select this picture. So basically all of these pictures are just pictures that, you know, I can use. Okay, so this white border here. So I'll click on this image and I'll come to position and click on backwards. So yeah, I'll push this image a bit. Okay, yeah, and then I'll see if I can push this one down because of the white border, and then I'll just push it here. I'll make this one go. Let's see. I'll make this one come forward. Okay, so I think this is okay. All right, but one more thing I want to do is I want to put like a rectangle on this very image and reduce the transparency just a little. So I'm just going to stretch this rectangle. Oh, sorry, I don't think you saw what I did. So I came to elements. Okay, I clicked on elements and I clicked on this rectangle shape. Sorry, this square shape. I'm sorry, this square shape, and I expanded it on my image, and then I stretched it across the image, right? So of course this does not make sense because it has literally covered the image. The transparency is 100%. So first off, I'm going to change the color to black. Doesn't make absolute sense. But then if we come to this transparency option here, I hope you can see where my mouse is, and click on the transparency, we can reduce it and have this kind of hue effect on the image. Okay, because we're going to display text on the image anyway, so we don't want it too bright. We want this kind of hue effect on it. So I'm just going to leave this image like this. You'll see the beauty of this image when we use it on the website, and I'll click on download. So I'm going to download it as a PNG file because it will retain the quality. Okay, so it has downloaded to my desktop. Okay, so basically what you want to do now is come to your back end for your home page. Okay, so you need to come to pages and then select the home page, edit the home page. All right, and scroll down to the featured image section and click on set featured image. It brings you to the image media library for WordPress, but you need to click on upload files and select the files you want to upload. So the image we just downloaded from Canva, which is undesigned, I'm going to open it up. Okay, so let it just upload. Okay, so the image is uploaded. First off, I'm going to change the title of the image to banner. Okay, and I'm going to copy that also to the alt text. But basically what I recommend you do is when you type banner, give a space, add a hyphen, and type the name of your site. All of this may improve your traffic and search engine optimization and all of that. So I'm going to click on set featured image, and yeah, so we have that. So the next thing we want to do is we want to change this home here to like a welcome message. So I have some text that I've written out. So welcome to Villa Online Store. I wrote it out before the tutorial. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this text and I'm going to make this home welcome to Villa Online Store. Don't worry, shortly you'd see why we are doing this like this. So next I'm going to copy a little description and I'll just post it. Make sure you're in the visual editor, and then I'll post it here. And lastly, I'm going to copy the shop now option. Okay, I'll give a space and then I'll paste it. So basically we have this heading, a little bit of text, and the shop now button. Good. Now what we want is we want to make this shop now button, we want to redirect it to our shop page. Remember the WooCommerce we installed created a shop page for us. So come to this shop page, come to view, right click on view and click on copy link address. Okay, basically that's the same as like opening this in a new tab and copying the link like this. So, but instead we just did that on the same page. So I'm just going to close this because we don't have any product yet. Now go back to the back end of your home page. Okay, now we want to make this shop now a link. Basically highlight the shop now and click on this chain link sign. Okay, click on it and paste in the URL you copied from the shop. So essentially this is the shop page. I'm making this a link to the shop page. Click on apply. Okay, next click on update. Okay, so having updated your page, what you want to do is come to this view page and open it up just to see what the page looks like. Okay, so we have this welcome to Villa online store and we have a bit of text, and then we have this shop now which we actually want to be a button. Okay, so next we're going to make this shop now a button. Let's just make some changes. So to make this shop now a button, what we need to do is we're going to need to type in just a little bit of code. Okay, nothing serious. So come back to your okay, let me just close the tabs we're not currently using to keep our browser clean. So basically what we need to do to make this a button, click on the text view for this editor. Okay, so there's a visual tab and there's a text view. So click on the text view, and as you can see, this is the code that displays the shop now link. What we're going to do is we're going to add a class. Okay, so let me give a space. So class is equals to, and we're going to add a hyphen, 2 hyphens actually, and we're going to say button. Okay, so let's just save. Okay, let's just update the page, so you can actually update it now and go back to our front page and refresh it. So you can see that what we just did now has changed the link to a button. Essentially we just added a class, a predefined class to this button. So basically our website is taking shape and we have a header with a bold welcome message and some text and the shop now. So if I click on this shop now, you see that it redirects us to our shop page. But for now, we really don't have any products. So okay, there's one more thing I need to do before we go to the next section, which is adding products to our e-commerce website. After all, without products, we cannot call this an e-commerce website, right? Good. We need to make this welcome to Villa online store. We need to set it back to display home. Okay. Now to do that, that's very simple. Go back to the back end of your website, come to appearance and just open menu in a new tab so we don't close our home page. And okay, so our menu is open. Click on this downward arrow and rename this to home. That's as simple as that, and save menu. So if I come back to the website and I refresh the website, you see it displays as home, shop, blah blah blah. So next we're going to work on adding products to our home page and setting up our website. So I'm just going to take a quick break and I'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. So where are we in our steps? Okay, so we're still setting up our homepage anyway, but at this stage we're in the point where we add products. Okay, so let's get to it. And this is actually the meat of this website, products. Okay, so basically I'm going to come to the back end. Where are you? So I'm just going to come over to the back end here, and I would, on the left menu, I'll come to WooCommerce. But I just want us to review our settings. So I'm just going to right click and open it in a new tab. All right. So I am putting in my address here. Okay. But okay. So I'm putting in my address. This is my address, and sell to all countries, ship to all countries you sell to. Basically, this depends on what you want for your e-commerce website, okay? Or if you're creating the e-commerce website for a client and all of that. Okay, so if you're going to set tax depending on where you are, your location, either in the UK or in the US or wherever you are, if you're going to set tax, then you want to select enable tax rates and calculations here. But for now, I'm just going to leave that blank. Okay, so enable coupons, you can leave that checked as well. And I'm going to leave the currency to dollars, just because I would want to integrate this with PayPal, okay, at the end of the tutorial as a payment option. So everything is fine here, and I did not make any change. So I'm going to go to products. Okay, so my shop page is set. Essentially, there's nothing to change here also, except so essentially there's nothing to change here. So I'll go to shipping. Okay. Okay, so basically in this shipping zone, um, these settings is relevant if you have different shipping rates and different shipping methods for different locations. That's where the shipping zone actually applies. Okay, so I'm just going to say add shipping, for example. Let me just have an example. So let's say if this is Ghana, I'm just going to say Ghana. And I'll just say Africa. Okay. Okay. And so for every shipping zone, there is a shipping method. Okay. So I'm just going to click on add shipping method, and this is where you can then choose if you're going to collect a flat rate for shipping to every location in this area, or you want to make it free shipping. Okay. So if I say flat rate, I'll still need to set up the amount I want to collect for this shipping. So if, for example, I want to take, let's say $5, okay, and I just click on $5 and click on save changes. Okay. Okay, so basically that's how you set up this particular area of the website. So if you have different areas you ship to, and different fees apply to those areas, you're going to need to set up different zones for that area. Okay, so basically that's how, but maybe perhaps I'll do another tutorial to actually dwell on these settings on WooCommerce. Okay. Okay, so let's just look at shipping options. Okay, so enable shipping calculator on the cart page, yes. Shipping destination defaults to, yeah. Okay, enable debug mode. So you want to leave this as is, and then let's look at shipping class. Okay, so there's no shipping class yet. So for now, I'm not gonna add any shipping class. Okay, for now. So basically, let's just go to payment. Okay, so here are some payment options we have. I'm going to tick cash on delivery, and I'm going to tick on PayPal, but I'm going to leave PayPal out for now because I'm going to set it up at the end of the tutorial. So I'll just leave cash on delivery and click on save changes. Okay, so let's see what is in account and privacy. Okay, so these are just basically the defaults are okay. Okay. And email. So the default also, you can just leave the default. And then if there's any integration that you want, so basically, I'm just going to leave this and let's just check the advanced option if there are anything we are particularly interested in. So basically, okay, we do not have a terms and conditions page. So and a terms and conditions page is a must if you run an e-commerce website. So I'm just going to quickly create a page, add new page, and I'm going to title this page terms. Okay, and then I'll publish it. Okay, so let's come back to our WooCommerce settings and refresh the advanced page. Okay, click on this terms and condition and set it to terms. Okay, even though it's a blank page. Okay, I'll show you how to generate a starter template for your terms and conditions. Okay, so basically you can leave the others as is and save changes. So right now we've gone through the design for, we've gone through the settings for the WooCommerce plugin. So what we want to do next is we want to add a product, right? Okay, so under WooCommerce, come to your dashboard. Okay, now under your dashboard, you see this option to add your first product. Okay, so now what do you need for a product? You need an image. Of course, you need, the product needs a title, a short description, and a long description. Okay, there are other things we're going to do when we set up a product, but first let's just add a simple product. So I'll click on add product, and then I'll say add manually. Okay, so to take us to the products page. Now I have a Microsoft Word document where I have put in some product, or rather product description really. So I'm just going to copy this and say what I want is to put a selfie light. Okay, so it's just a simple selfie light. So I'm going to add in the description for the product. So right here is where we have the product long description. So I'm just going to go to my Microsoft Word document. You should actually have these prepared, or you can just use a dummy text. So this is this is a long description for the product. I'm going to select it, not too much text. So I'll just copy it and paste it here. Wait, then I'll get the short description for the product and scroll down, and there's a section here called product short description. I'm going to paste the short description here. Okay, all right, we're not done. Next, I'm going to add a product category. So on the right section of the page, there is this option here, product category. So I'm just going to click on add new, and I'm going to name this category. So I'm going to name this category gadgets. Okay, sorry, gadgets. And next I'll click on add new category, right? Okay, so it's the category for this product is set. Okay, then if, well, I'm just going to say product tag, I'll say selfie light, and I'm just going to add it. Let me just say gadget as well. Gadgets, I'll add it. And then importantly, I'm going to add a product image. So if you're running an e-commerce website, before you start creating the website, you need to have the images you would like to use for that website already prepared. So I have something I prepared, so I'm just going to say select product image and upload. So I'm just going to look for the product image somewhere on my website, on my desktop. Okay. So I'm just going to select this image. Okay, so I'm going to change the title to selfie light. Okay, just remember always to describe your images with the title. So I'll click on set product image. Okay, so that's the product image. Now, a product gallery. If you've used any e-commerce website like Amazon or wherever you are, the e-commerce platform you have in your country, you will notice that there is a single image, and or there could be a slidable there could be an image slider really. But let's say there's a single image, and when you click on that image you see a host of other images. So that's called a product gallery. So I'm just going to add two more images to my product gallery. So I'm going to upload two more images. Say I'll upload this and this. Good. Okay, so the images are uploaded. I'm just going to click on add to gallery, and as you can see, they are displayed here. Good. Now let's look at this product data. Now there are different settings you can have here, but for now this is set to simple product. Okay, so if you have just a product that's like I just uploaded, you just leave it set to simple products. In this tutorial, I may not talk about group product because of the length of the tutorial. Next, I'm going to set the price. So let's say this product is $20. Sorry, the product is actually $20. Okay, but the regular price is $25. So it's as though going on here. So it's as though there is a $5 discount on the product. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as this. Okay, and let's go see what's in inventory. So in this inventory, this is where you get to set your SKU, stands for stock keeping unit. Okay, so I'm just going to put a number. Okay, it helps you if there is an issue with a product, you can ask the customer for this number and can track what product it is. So I'm going to say enable stock management at product level. Here you can select how much of the product you have. So let's say we have 10 of this product. Okay, and I'm going to set allow back orders to do not allow, and basically low stock threshold, I'll leave it as 2, such that when 8 products out of these 10 have been sold, then I'll get notified that the stock is low. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this unchecked. It says here sold individually. Basically this, if you check this, then you will not be able to sell more than one of these products. because it says enable this to only allow one of these items to be bought in a single order. So I'm just going to leave it unchecked. I want people to be able to buy as much as they want. And then the next option is shipping. So well, if you charge for shipping, depending on the weight, you can, set all of that here. So supposing this is 1 kg, and then you can put the dimension of the product. So the buyer or your customer can actually know what they're going to expect. Now, remember we set shipping class when we were setting up our WooCommerce. So if you go to shipping class, okay, apparently we did not set shipping class. I remember now we did not set shipping class. So I'm just going to leave it up for now. Maybe in another tutorial, I'll talk more about shipping class, because WooCommerce is actually a wide featured plugin. Okay, so if there's any linked products now, because this is the first product, we may not be able to set linked product, but subsequently when we have products in the gadget, other products in the gadget category, we'll be able to select them and upsell and cross-sell. Okay, essentially what upsell and cross-sell mean is that when a person selects a product, a similar product or another product in that product's category is displayed when the user wants to check out, that's for upsell, or for cross-sell when the user adds that product to their cart. They get to see other products in the same product category. So basically, that's what this means, but we're going to set it when we add another product and see. The next is attributes. Okay, so there's this option here, custom product attribute. If I select on it, first of all, I need to add an attribute. Okay, now this attribute, I'm going to call it color. Okay, and the values for the attribute will be black and white. So the way you write another attribute is you add this this bar, and then you say you type in the other color, so white, right? White. Okay, so basically this color attribute has two values or two properties, black and white. Okay, now I'm going to click on save attribute. Okay, so now remember, so the color, so now we've set the color to black and white, but this is only relevant when, let's say, we have two colors for a product or various colors for a product. So assuming we had two colors of this selfie light, what we need to do is to change this from a simple product to a variable product. Okay, supposing we had two colors. Okay, so if it's set to a variable product and we come to attributes, you see now that there is one more option, visible on product page and used for variation. So if we set it to simple product and come to attributes, you see that there's just visible on product page. But when we set it to a variable product and come to attributes, then there is used for variation option. So if you click on the used for variation option, what that does is it now creates an option on the front end of the website when a user wants to purchase, such that they can choose a color. So I'm going to click on save attribute. All right, now I'll click on variation, which was previously not here. When we click on this variation tab, it gives us an option to add variation. Okay, so basically just leave it at add variation and click on go. Good. Now it selects the attribute we already have, which is color. Okay, so there is black, there is white, and there is any color. Okay, so basically what we want to set is the black and the white color. So if I click on black, basically you can change the stock keeping number for the black. You can, if the price for the variations of the products are different, you can set them here. Okay, but I'm just going to leave it as same. So regular price 25, sale price 20. Okay, and it's in stock. Also, you can go ahead and add the weights and if there are any changes, basically. But then I'm just going to click on save changes. Next, I'll just click on the white. All right, and expand it. So I'll just click on white and do the drop down. Okay, so it's same. All right, so let me, don't forget to save your changes. And I think, so let's just see on the front end of the website how our product displays. So if I refresh this page, hopefully I'm refreshing it again. Oh, sorry, we've not published this product. So I'll click on publish. All right, so we've successfully published this product. Now I'll go to the front end of the website and refresh. Okay, so as you can see, we have this product here. Okay, but one thing, I don't want all of these options here. It doesn't look good, so let's remove it and just have our recent products. So we can go to customize, and okay, funny enough, I think we need to even refresh this page to reflect what's actually happening on the page. Okay, yeah. So having refreshed the page, we have something that looks like what we currently have on the homepage of the website. Now what you need to do is come on to the shopper homepage menu and click on it just below the header. Okay, so just below the header and then shopper homepage. Now we need to uncheck all of this and leave just the shopper homepage content. Sorry, we'll leave the recent shopper homepage content and shopper recent products. Okay, all right, so basically this is what we have here. Then click on publish. All right, so now let's go to the front end of the website and refresh the page. So as you can see, you see our website is taking shape, gradually taking shape. Okay, so now basically we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 more products. Let's add 4 more products and see how that goes. I'm just going to add it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to fast forward through adding 4 more products. So let's get to it. All right, welcome back. So I have successfully added 4 products to the website using the same steps I took in the first product I added. So basically we have 4 products here. Okay, now so on your own website you can add as many products as you want. Okay, so basically the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the footer. The footer here says Villa Online Shop 2020 designed by shopper wp.io. Okay, so basically you don't want this shopper.wp.io on your website. You want to put your brand. Okay, either you want to either put your brand or just delete this particular aspect of the footer credits. Okay, so let's see. Okay, welcome back, guys. Before we edit the footer credit on this web page, I'd like us to add some more products, but in different categories. Okay, one category will be female wears, male wears or male outfits, then accessories, male and female accessories. Okay, so I like us to add some more products so the website can have some flesh. Okay, so I'll quickly do that. I'm probably going to fast forward because you already know how to add products. So I'm just going to do that very quickly. Okay, guys, so basically what I did was I added products in 3 other categories. So I'm just going to refresh this page to see the newly added products. As you can see, there are new products on the website. Okay. All right, great. So basically what I did was I added product category for accessories, for male and female dresses. Okay, and then the gadgets which I added earlier. So what we're going to do now is for those categories, we're going to find a way to display those categories here such that when a person clicks on any of the categories, they see all the products within that category. So let's do that quickly. So head over to the back end of your website and come to your WooCommerce. No, rather come to products and then click on categories. So that's what I'm going to do now. All right. So right here, you can see that here are all our categories: gadgets, female dresses, male dresses, and accessories. Okay. So I'm going to edit let's start from the gadget. I'll edit the gadgets, and my only goal for editing the gadgets is to add an image or a thumbnail. So I'm just going to add a thumbnail. I'll say upload or add image, and then I'll just look for one of the gadgets that I have. I'll just use this one, and I'll say use image, and then I'm going to click on updates right here. So basically that's for gadgets. Now I'm going to do the same for all other categories. So what I'll do is I'll just I'll click on categories again to come back, and as you can see, there's an image for gadgets. So I'll do that for male dresses, and I would add an image. So I'll just come here and I use this one. Okay, I'll use this one, and I'll say use image, and then I'll update. So I'm only using this image for educational purposes. I'm not actually using them on a live website because I don't own these images. So images you use on your website should be images you non-copyrighted images or images you own, stuff like that. Okay, so this is for female dresses, so I'll upload. Let's see, I'll use this one. Okay, this one looks cute. I'll use this one, or this one, yeah, and then I'll update. All right, so there's one more for accessories. So I'll edit the accessories, and I'll come to load image, and I'm just gonna select wristwatch. I'll use this wristwatch. It looks nice, and yeah, and I'll update. So basically, we've added images to the 4 categories we have. Now, what we want to do next is we want to display the categories on the home page. Okay, So to do that, go to your customizer. Okay, if you've forgotten how to get to your customizer, come to appearance, hover your mouse on appearance and click on customize. It brings you to this customizer page. So when you're on the customizer page, you should see options like this. So click on shopper homepage and look for shopper product categories and select it. Okay, so publish, don't forget to publish, and let's go to front end and refresh the website. So I'm just going to refresh. Okay, so let's scroll down. So there's recent products. These are products we uploaded, and then there's shop by category. So these are all the category, the 4 categories we have on the website. So if I click on gadgets, for example, it shows me all the gadgets I have on this website. Okay, so I have 4 gadgets. I'm going to go back, and if I click on female dresses, it shows me the 2 products I uploaded for female dresses. So essentially that's how it works. For accessories, I think I have 4. Yeah, so essentially that's how it works. Okay, so our website is coming together, it's taking shape. Okay, so you're welcome to try out some of the customizer options here. Okay, but I think this is okay for now. All right, so what do we do next? So next, I would like us to remove, edit out the footer credits on this website. Okay, so there are varieties of ways you can do that. Okay, but one of them is usually theme creators give you the option to edit the footer credits from the customizer, but this particular theme doesn't give you that option. Okay, so we are going to have to improvise to get this done. So the way we can do that to edit the footer credits, there are actually 2 ways. The first is we can go to our control panel and locate the footer.php file and find the code that displays here and edit it out. But that will mean that we are messing too much with code, right? And I want this to be as codeless as possible. So to achieve this without having to do too much code editing, I'm just going to close this Canva. Right click on the page, on any part of the page actually. Doesn't have to be the footer, but just right click on the page and select view page source. I hope this screen is not too small. Okay, now don't be scared. I know this is a lot of jargons on your page, but what you want to search for on the view page source is designed by. Okay, just search for designed by. So to search, I think it's Control F. Okay, if you are using a Mac, then it should be Command F. So to find something on the browser, so I'll just say designed by. Okay, sorry, by. Okay, as you can see, it has located the designed the part of the code where the designed by text is located. And as you can see, essentially this is shopper, and then there's, this is the shopper here. So what you want to do is you want to copy out from this A. Okay, essentially let's just copy out from the div class equals site info blah blah blah. So just copy from here, okay, and end here. Okay, so start from this div and end here with this div. Now I'm going to right click and copy it. Okay, now let's open up a notepad. Okay, there's no need to get all complex on this one. Just open a simple notepad and paste the code there. Okay, now it looks very scattered. Don't be bothered about the arrangement of the code. Just follow what I'm teaching you. Okay, now essentially we want to remove designed, okay, we want to remove from shopper and then designed by shopper WP. We want to get all this. I will just want Villa Shop C2020 full stop. So what we do now is get back to the notepad you opened and come here. Okay, good, come here. Now from here, start deleting. I just want to see what I'm deleting, so just keep deleting. So I've removed design by, right? Good. I've removed design by. Now the next thing we want to remove is, so we've removed shopper WP by design by shopper WP, right? Now what we want to remove is shopper. That's the next thing we want to remove. We just want to leave this text Villa online shop. So I'll go back to the notepad and this is the shopper, right? And I'll just remove. Yeah, so I've removed it. Okay, I'll remove this as well. Good. So essentially what we have is just Villa online shop, copyright sign and 2020. That's essentially what we have. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to copy this code. Okay, just have the code first. Okay, basically just leave the code here. Now go back to WordPress, go to the back end and come to plugins and click on add new. Okay, now type in the search bar find and replace. Okay, so this is find and replace, right? So select find and install it. Install now. Okay, it's a very lightweight plugin, very simple. So real-time find and replace is actually what you want, not find and replace all. Okay, then activate it. So having installed the real-time find and replace plugin, come to your WordPress backend and look for tools just on the left menu here, and then click on real-time find and replace. Okay, and so you should see something that looks like this. Actually, you should see something that looks like this, blank. Click on add, click on add, and then go back to the source code we opened up. Okay, here, this is the source code we opened up. So go back to the source code we opened up and copy the part of the code we highlighted from this first div, class equals site info, to the last div. Come to the real-time find and replace plugin and paste that here. Okay, then now go to the notepad you opened up, for which you deleted every other thing except Villa online store at copy colon 2020, and then copy this and paste it here. Okay, then click on update settings. Now what that does is that it replaces this code with this code. So let's go and refresh our page and see what happens. So as you can see, something is missing. The 2020 is missing, so I'm just going to go back and see why that is. Let's see, let's refresh the page again. Okay, we still have the 2020 missing. So this is the plugin Lightspeed Cache. What I'll do is I'll just deactivate this plugin for now. Okay, So if I haven't deactivated the plugin, I'll go and refresh the page like this, open it in a new tab, and our 2020 displays here. So that's why the 2020 wasn't displaying before. Okay, so sometimes in WordPress you just need to learn how to troubleshoot and find out why there is a each. So basically we have this shop website, we have our products, okay, we have our categories displayed. You're welcome to try and add other features from the customizer. From this homepage here, you can add other features like featured product, popular products, and all of that. All right, so what we're going to do, having set the footer credit, well, I'm going to say at this point that the disadvantage of setting the footer credit manually like this, using the real-time find and replace plugin, where am I? So the disadvantage of setting the footer credit is that in the coming year, this is still going to be set to 2020. Okay, so that's the disadvantage. The year is not going to automatically update. So, but I have a tutorial where I show you how to actually get into the code and edit the code such that the coming year, the year would automatically update. So in other words, there is a PHP method that is within the code that you're not going to edit. So I have a tutorial. I'm just going to leave some of these links in the description for you to see, but I just wanted to state that the disadvantage of manually changing using the plugin to change the footer credit is that it doesn't manually update, and then I don't want to get into too much code in this tutorial. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add a sidebar. Okay, so for example, if I click on this watch, let's say I want to purchase this watch, I'm a customer, we're going to add a kind of sidebar here that would further help the customer to find what they are looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the back end of the website. Most things we do we start from the back end, and I'll come to appearance, and then I'll click on widgets. Okay, now there is a main sidebar which contains quite a lot of things. This main sidebar, first off, you want to remove this meta, remove the archive, remove the comments and the posts. Okay, then this search, you want to actually replace it with product search. So these are the available widgets. I'm just going to look for product search somewhere here. Product search, yeah. And what I'll do is I'll click on it and say I want it to go to where? Okay, let me just scroll up. So this is the sidebar, this is the primary widget. Where is product search? I want it to go to the sidebar. Okay, so it's already selected, so I'll just say add widgets. Okay, so there's product search here. What I'll do is I'll remove this search. This search is actually meant to search all of WordPress, but this is particularly for your products. So I'll just say search product. Okay, and then I'll click on save. And then these categories, I want actually product categories, not just categories. Okay, so I'll say product categories, and it's set to sidebar, and then I'll click on add widgets. So where are we? Product search. Let me close this. Product categories. Okay, yeah, so this is fine. So what I'll do is I'll just remove these categories and I'll click done. Then there's one more thing I want to add. Let's see, like a price filter. Okay, so filter product by price. So this is a price filter. So I want to add it to the sidebar, and I'll click on add widgets. Okay. So maybe I want this price filter to be just on below the search. Okay. So that's it basically. The next widget settings we need is the shop sidebar. So basically, if we go to our shop, we want to add a sidebar here that contains exactly the same widgets, exactly the same widgets as the sidebar. So it's just product search, filter by price. So let's just quickly do that. So product search, I want to add it to the shop sidebar, add to widgets, and let's filter by price. So filter by price, add to the shop widgets. Okay. And product categories, where are you? So you're seeing it, but I'm not seeing it yet. Okay, so product categories, add to widgets. Okay, so I'm just going to click done here. I'm done here, and I'll say search product. All right, then I'll click on save. So if we go back to the shop page and refresh the shop page, you see now that there is this product search here. Okay, and there is filter by price here. Okay, so the more you have, the more products you have, the more this becomes relevant. So for example, if I want to, okay, this is 212. If I want to search for products that are less than $200, so from $10 to $200, if I click on filter, it will filter all the products within this price range and display them. So as you can see, the $212 is out of the picture. So that's what this product filter by price actually does. Then of course you can see the product categories all listed here as well. So this is basically what I wanted to achieve, and we have a sidebar here, an active sidebar. Okay, well, search products, we can leave that. Okay, so basically our e-commerce website is taking shape. Okay, you can also display some blog posts at the bottom of the e-commerce website, but I really don't think that is necessary for your e-commerce website if you're starting an e-commerce website, but it's possible. Okay, so I'm not going to go into that. Is there anything I need to do? Let's see. Okay, so let's quickly test, have a feel of the e-commerce website to see what we've done so far. Okay, so welcome back. So now we're going to test the e-commerce website to see what we've been able to achieve so far. So I'm just going to select, what am I going to select? I'm just going to select, let's say this gown, for example. So I'll click on the gown. Okay, so nice gown, I like to purchase it. And this is a bit of review for the gown, and as you can see, the related products. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to click on add to cart. Let's say I'm going to add to cart. And as you can see, there is a notification above here that says the gown has been added to cart. So I'll click on view cart. And yeah, so if you have any coupon that you've advertised for your e-commerce website, that coupon can be pasted here. I will show you how to create a coupon much later in the tutorial. Okay, so so next thing I want to do is I actually want to check out. So if I scroll down, I'll see proceed to check out, right? So I'll click on proceed to check out, and here I'll need to enter my details. So my name, I'm just going to I'll quickly do that. I'll just enter some details here and enter my phone number. And if I want this particular product to be shipped to a different address, I'll just select here and enter the address. But to save time, I'm just going to leave that. And if there are any additional notes, I can just quickly add, to my order. Okay, so let's make sure everything is okay. So the only option set for the only payment option set for our e-commerce website is cash on delivery, right? So that's why it's only cash on delivery option we have here. After I test out these products, purchasing this product, I'm going to show you how to integrate PayPal and a card payment processor. Okay, so I've read terms and conditions, and then I'll click on place order. Okay, so I get a message, thank you, your order has been received, and this is like the order summary. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to set up your PayPal and incorporate it into your payment methods. So once again, go to the back end of your website and come to e-commerce and settings. Okay, then click on payments. Now you want to tick PayPal, so I'm just going to tick on PayPal, and I'm going to click on setup. So basically you just have to insert your PayPal email. So I'm just going to delete this and put in my PayPal email. I'm going to have it covered. So I've typed in my PayPal email. Okay, so it says please enter your PayPal email address. This is needed to order your payment. Okay, so I've put in my PayPal email, and let me see, are there any? So I'm deleting the API credentials because they just took in my username and password, but that's not what I want. So I've enabled my PayPal, I've inserted my PayPal email, and everything should work fine. So I'm going to go back to the front end of the website and try to order another product. I'll just go to gadgets, for example, and I'll try to order this product. I clicked on the product, and then I'll click on add to cart, and then I'll click on view cart. Okay, next I'll click on proceed to checkout, and as you can see, PayPal is now an option. Okay, so you can pay with your credit card, blah blah blah, so basically you just have to go through that settings, insert your PayPal email, and once the person proceeds to PayPal, they'll be able to log in and make the payments to your PayPal account. So you see that it's actually very easy integrating PayPal. In fact, the WooCommerce has PayPal already integrated into its payment processor. So do that and try it out and test it and see how it works. Okay, so I'm just going to go and remove that product from the cart. And so I'll click on remove. Now there's one more payment gateway I'm going to show you how to integrate. I think I should start closing some of these pages that I'm not using. There's one more payment gateway I'll show you how to integrate, and that's Paystack. So the name is Paystack. So if you're in Nigeria or Ghana, then Paystack is available in your country. Okay, used by businesses in Africa, and and it can accept payments from any part of the world in dollars. So to install Paypack, to integrate Paystack into your e-commerce website, what you need to do first is to install the Paystack plugin. So this is Paystack WooCommerce Payment Gateway. So I'm just going to activate it. I already installed it. We installed it at the beginning of this tutorial. So right now I have activated it. Click on settings. Okay. So this is Paystack settings. It's actually still in WooCommerce. Okay. So here is what we need to do. So for Paystack, to integrate Paystack into your WooCommerce website, what you need to do now is you need to sign up with Paystack. So you create an account on Paystack. I already have an account with Paystack, so I'm going to log in. So I'll have my details covered and I would log in. So I've logged into my Paystack account. So what you want to do is when you log into your Paystack account, what you want to do is you need to come to settings. So to get to settings, there is this icon, user icon at the top right. Click on it and there will be a drop down. Click on settings. Okay, now when you click on settings, you should see a page like this. What you want to do at this point is you want to click on API and webhooks. So click on API and webhooks, and then what you would find is that you'll find a secret key and a public key. Okay, now whether there are two options actually. There is a live mode and there is a test mode. When you are testing your website, in other words, you don't want to you just want to see if the configuration is properly done, use a test key. So I'm just going to use a test key. I'm just going to copy the secret key. Okay, I'll go over to the WooCommerce page on the Paystack settings. Okay, I'll scroll down and look for, so it's set to enable test mode here. So I'll just look for the secret key, test secret key, and I'm going to paste that in. I'll go back to the Paystack and I'll copy the public key, come to the WooCommerce and paste in the public key. Okay, so what I'll do next is I would save changes. Okay, so one of the other things you need to do when setting up Paystack on your website, okay, is you need to set your web. There's something they call a webhook URL, and this is actually it's in red. So you need to copy this URL. Okay, so basically to set the webhook, there is a link here that you click on. It redirects to the settings page. So if I click on this link and I've copied the webhook as well, I would see an option here where I can set the webhook. So let me just look at it. So this is the live webhook URL. Okay, so but what I want is the test webhook URL. So I'm just going to paste the webhook URL in the test webhook URL because I'm in test mode currently. Then I would save the changes. Okay, So, but you will need to do the same when you are on in your when you are putting in the live secret key and the live public key. In other words, when you are in live mode. So essentially, that's how you connect your what's it called? Your Paystack payment gateway to your website using their plugin. When you are definitely ready to launch your website, you need to uncheck this enable test mode. Okay, and what will happen is that you then need to copy the live secret key, which is what we have here, and you need to paste it here. But then I still want to go with the test mode because this is just a tutorial. Okay, so for the payment page, I will just select it to be inline. Okay, so inline payment page, and then I'll click on save changes. Okay, so now if we go back to our front end of the website and refresh the page. Okay, so I've refreshed the page. Now let me try to make a purchase of this gown this time around. So I want to make a purchase. I want to buy this gown on the website. I'll click on add to cart and I'll click on view cart. Now, next I'm going to click on proceed to checkout and leave my details as is, and then I'm going to proceed to place my order. So it says I should pay for the order, and I'm going to click on pay now. So pay now. Okay, so this is the Paystack integration that we set. So it says pay $20 blah blah blah. I'm just going to click on success. You know, this is we're testing now. This is not the live mode, this is the test mode. So I'm just going to click on success and I'm going to say pay. Good. So it says payment successful. Great. So order received. So we've successfully made this order on using Paystack as our payment gateway. We've achieved so much on the website. We've been able to do so much like a standard e-commerce website. Okay, so I would like us at this point to quickly add content to our about us page and our contact us page. Okay, about us page and contact us page. Very quickly we'll add some details to it. So for the about us page, we are going to use a page builder called Elementor. Okay, we don't currently have that page builder. It's a plugin actually. We don't have that page builder plugin installed. So come over to plugins and click on add new. Okay, then search for Elementor. Elementor. It's a popular page builder, and install it on your WordPress. And activate it. Okay, so now let's go to pages. What we want to do is we want to add a little bit of, you know, about us page and all of that. I really don't think an about us page is necessary, but since we've already written it out here, let's just add something. So I'll go to pages and I'll click on about us and I'll edit, open it up in a new tab, edit. Now what I want to do is I want to click on edit with Elementor. Okay. Okay, so this is what the Elementor page builder looks like when it's in action. So essentially what I want to do at this point is I'm going to click on the plus icon. Well, I don't know, you may be new to the Elementor page builder. Let me quickly just tell you what it does. So essentially it has, will I say elements? Yeah. And these are the elements that we can use to build our page. Okay. There are add-ons, Elementor add-ons that you can still install to further have more features. So, but what we need right now is we want to add a little bit of text to describe what the what our shop is about. We'll talk a little bit about our shop. So I'm just going to click on text edit. First, I'm going to add a section, okay, and I'm going to add a full width section, okay, or a single section. And next, I'm going to drag a text editor to this section, right? So as you can see, it's very easy to build pages with Elementor. So I really didn't prepare to add an about us content. So I'm just going to copy our description. I'll click on this, highlight it, delete. Oh, sorry. I'm going to do that again. So I'll delete and I'll paste the content of our description, and then I'm going to update. So essentially, like I said, I didn't really prepare an about us section in terms of writing our text. So I'm just going to use this. So basically, if you go to your about us page and you refresh it, you will see that, yeah, so the text is here. So essentially, your about us page should be the text that talks about your business. Okay, so that's that on that. Not waste too much time. So the next is our contact us page. Our contact us page is also blank. So I'm just going to close this about us page. So for the contact us page, let's see, where are you? First off, I'm going to install a plugin, another plugin. It's a contact form plugin. So I'll click on open a new tab and I would install a plugin called Formidable Form. I want to install a contact form essentially. I'll say for me, and you should search. Okay, so the plugin I'm going to use in this tutorial is Formidable Form Builder. Okay, so I'm just going to install it very quickly. I mean, there are different contact forms plugin you can use, but for some reason I just want to use this one in the tutorial. Okay, so Formidable Form Builder. So I'm going to click on Build a Form, and essentially there's a contact us template. So I'll just edit it and see what they already have. So they have the name, the last name, the email, subject, and the message, which is actually basic to what we want. So I think this form is okay. Let's click on the settings to see if there are anything we can change. So this is the short code we can use to embed the form. What else? What else? Any other thing of interest? So from these settings, there aren't any other things of interest. So I'm just going to copy this embed code. Essentially, once you click on it, it highlights, right click and copy it, and then go to your pages. Now what you want to do is you want to open the contact us pages. You want to right click on edit and open up edit in a new tab, and you want to edit with Elementor. Okay, so for this contact form, essentially I'm going to add a two, these are grids. So I'm going to add a section with two grids, kind of. And what I'll do now is I would add the contact form here, and I'll add a little bit of text here. So I'm just going to come to the elements section, and I'll search for short code. So this is short code. So this is what I'm looking for. Now I'll drag this short code to this second session, and essentially remember the code we copied from this settings for our form. I will just paste that short code here. So I'll paste, and of course I'll update, and well, it looks kind of, let's see how it displays first. So it's not very pretty, but I don't want to spend so much time on this section. So essentially what I'll do is I'll just say I'm just going to delete this column. I'll just delete it so that we have the form centrally placed. Then I'll just add a bit of text that says something like send us a message and we will get back to you in, let's say, 24 hours, something like that. And I'm going to update it. So I don't want to spend too much time on, this part. So I'll just say send us a message. I'll get back to you. And if a user fills out this form, the message gets delivered to the admin email. So that's how this aspect works. So far we've created the contact us page, the about us page. The last element of this website is the blog. Okay, so the blog, basically we have this demo hello world blog post, and essentially if you do not have a blog post, then you don't need this blog session here. And one thing you need to do actually is to delete the hello world default post that comes with WordPress. So I'm going to go to post and I'll click on all posts and see we have just the hello world. So I'll click on trash. Okay, so the hello world post has been deleted. So it says ready to publish your first post. That's because there is no post published yet. So if there is no post published yet, then I need to take this blog out of the menu. But if you have a post about maybe your products that you want to publish, just come over to post and click on add new. So just click on add new. I'm sure you know how to create a post, and I'm just going to name this women wears. Okay, and basically I'm going to select the category and say fashion. So this category is quite different from the category of your products. So I'm going to say fashion. I'm just going to add a bit of dummy text and put those here. But then don't forget to add a featured image. So I'll say set featured image and I'll just choose one of the dresses I posted. So I'm just going to choose this one and I'll say set featured image. Okay, then I'll publish it. Okay, so if we go to the blog and refresh the page, then we see the post that we just created. So if you click on this, it opens up the main post and you can read and leave comments. Essentially, that's how the blog session works. But if you do not want a blog session in your page at the moment, just go to the back end of your website, come over to appearance. Where is appearance? Appearance, and then click on menu. Open a new tab to look for the blog session, and I clicked on this arrow and it's drop down and click on remove. So if you click on remove, effectively it will remove the blog post. So I'm just going to do that and then click on save menu. And if I go to the page and refresh just watch, so the blog blog menu item is gone. So essentially that's how you add or remove the blog post from your website. So I think we have a fairly looking website for someone that is coming from a background where he's not actually a computer scientist or he doesn't know how to code. If you can create something like this, then I think you've done well. Okay, so I'm going to take a short break now and I'll see you soon. All right, welcome back. So there's one more thing I want us to implement before we finalize our website. So if we click on a product, one thing I want us to be able to display here is the number of days it will take for that product to be shipped. Okay, so you know your business, you have an average number of days it takes you to prepare your product and ship to your customers. So we want an option to display that somewhere here on this page, so that at least the customer would know how long it will take them to get the product. Okay, there are different complex ways you can achieve this, but I'm going to show you a very simple way, one of the simplest ways actually, that you can achieve this on your in this tutorial. Okay, so first off, come to plugins and click on add new. Now click on search for WooCommerce custom. Just click on WooCommerce custom. So this is it, product add-on for WooCommerce. Okay, so I'll install it and I'll activate it. Like I said, there are 1,001 ways you can do this, but I just want to go with the simplest way. In fact, there's the option you can actually have to allow the customer set a date when they would like the order to be shipped. Okay, so the customer can actually get to choose their dates from a range of possible delivery dates, but I'm not going to go into that now. I'm just going to go through the easy way. So now that you've installed and activated this plugin, WooCommerce custom products add-on, it's a free plugin. So having activated the plugin, what we need to do is come to your plugins page and click on create form just under the plugin. So I'm just going to click on create form. I'll open it in a new tab. Okay, so I don't have a form, so I'll click on add new form and I'll name this form delivery. Okay, and what I want to do basically is I want to add some text, okay, that says, let's see, header text area. I want to add a text field, right? Just a minute. Header paragraph. Okay, I want to add a paragraph rather. So this paragraph, I simply wanted to say, I'll click on edit. I simply wanted to say estimated delivery time. I just wanted to state the estimated delivery time to be, let's say 2 to 5 days. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say, 2 to 5 days. Okay, so I'm going to save it, and to save it you just need to come to publish and click on publish. Now what we can do is we can assign, so for products that you know, for like a product category for example, that you know you usually take 2 to 5 days to deliver, okay, to a certain location, this is going to require some setup on your end. But for now, I'm just going to click on a products category here, and for example, mail dresses, and I'm going to update it such that all the mail dresses will be set. The estimated delivery time will display. So I'm just going to go to the front end of the website and I'll go to mail dresses category. Okay, now if I click on this product, you will see that estimated delivery time 2 to 5 days will be displayed right here on the product. So basically there are like I said, there are different ways you can achieve this, okay, such that you can even display the dates, but I just choose the simplest way for you to achieve this. Okay, so that's how you can do that. So you can go ahead and create another form. For example, if maybe you have, maybe delivering female dresses takes longer, you can add another form. And okay, let me just do it quickly and say I'm adding another form. I'll call it female dresses. If the delivery time is actually different for female dresses, I'll add a paragraph to, I'll just drag a paragraph in, I'll edit it, and I'll say something like estimated delivery time and say set it to, let's say, 3 to 6 days. Okay, and then I'll select it for female dresses, and then I'll click publish. But ideally, what you want to do is you want to be able to set it based on location. Okay, based on location. But if I go here and I go to female dresses, you'll see that the estimated delivery time for female dresses will be set to 3 to 6 days. Okay, I think I'm going to be, this tutorial is getting extremely long. I think I'm going to do another tutorial to show you how you can assign different delivery time to different locations. Probably should do another tutorial to show you that. I'm going to take a break now. I'll see you in another tutorial. Hello guys, congratulations if you stayed with me till the end of the tutorial, and if you actually followed and built something for yourself. Okay, so if you did build something similar to what we have on the tutorial, reach out to me on Twitter, and I'm just going to check on what you did. Okay, so but there's one thing I want to draw to your attention, and that's the issue of security. So if you're going to run or create a website that interacts with customers, that accepts payment, via credit card and all of that, you need to be conscious of security on your website. Okay, and I have a series, a WordPress essential security series, that's actually a playlist. Let me quickly show you on my YouTube channel. Okay, so if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel at this point, then I want to encourage you to subscribe to Xenotrust Tech and go through my WordPress security essential playlist. It's about 19 short videos, and I go straight to the point on steps you can take to secure your website. Okay, so congratulations once again for completing this tutorial. See you in my other tutorials. If you're interested in web development, then you should definitely subscribe, because I'm going to be posting tutorials on both front end and back end web development immediately after this one. So subscribe. Thank you so much. Have a great time.